Today's topic of conversation is customers versus content, content versus customers. I had somebody reach out to me recently and they said, I do not know how to monetize my social media following. I've been putting out great content. And like I was just telling Lee privately, this guy has tremendous content, like really polished, really good, cream of the crop content, right? But he struggles tremendously with turning that audience because he's got a very vibrant, very engaged audience. He can't get them to buy. He doesn't have a process to get them off of Instagram and into a buying cycle or into a buying mode or frame. So I want to just have the next 25 minutes or so to talk about this because Lead is a copywriter and he deals with this a lot. And we need to get to the bottom of this. We need to provide some value to you guys today to share our experiences, but not only that, help you get more customers into your pipeline off of the content that you create. Because like I said to Lee, you can create the most beautiful pieces of content in the planet. If they're not buying from you, nothing matters.
Mm-hmm.
So how have you experienced this, Lee? I'm sure you have clients that struggle with this as well. That's why they hire you as a copywriter.
Oh, absolutely. And, you can't fault them because everybody has their zog, and communicating your value isn't always that zog for everybody. It's zone of genius for those of you who don't live in my head. But so here's the thing, when you're creating a piece of content, and I said it a million times, and I hopefully say it we'll say it a few million more. Before you create a piece of content, figure out what the frick it's for. What do you want them to do?
Yeah.
Does it move? And if what you want them to do, or if you don't know, or what you want them to do, does it move them in a meaningful way toward the sale, toward working with you, toward saying yes to your offer? Why are you doing it? Delete it, scrap it, shred it, burn it, stomp on it, and start again.
Yeah.
Figure out what you want your content to do and then create your content. I see people all the time who have beautiful, engaging, wonderful content. I would never work with them in a million years because I really don't know what the hell they do.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I would need to hire them.
Yeah.
I don't just go around throwing money at people when I don't know why I need to throw money at them. Okay, I'll stop now.
No, you're hitting it. You're hitting all the pieces that we can unpack and go deeper with.
Mm.
So one of the problems I had as I was building my business was I never asked for the sale. I never asked this. I never asked for the sale. It was, yes, I can help you with that. Yes, I can do that. And they were like, okay, they're sitting on the other end waiting for me to say, well, are you coming on board or not? And I just would never ask. Why? Because I was just chicken shit. I was scared to get rejected. I was scared for them to say no. I was scared for them to say you're too expensive.
That's exactly right.
Right? Scared money makes no money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's number one. You got to ask for the sale and you got to have a process, because here's the first question I ask if I am going to hire anybody that's over $10,000 or more. I would love to get a better understanding of what your process is and what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've paid consultants in the past high 5 figures and they had the process. They said, week 1 is this, week 2 is this, week 3 is this, week 4 is this, right? And that kept me at ease. But then when you get these, these shysters out there that want to charge, maybe not be 10 grand, but maybe it's like 3 grand or 5 grand. It's enough to sting if it doesn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure.
And then you ask them the question, like, what's your process? And they say, well, we meet once a week and we talk about, what you want to talk about. Fuck that. Excuse my language. That is a recipe for disaster. That tells me that you don't really have a legitimate process. It tells me that you're probably just winging it. So people always ask me about funnels because it's still the hot topic, you know, for 5 years now. What is a funnel? What is a funnel supposed to do? Does a funnel work for me and my business? Does an ugly funnel work over a highly polished funnel? Listen, it doesn't matter what the funnel looks like. It doesn't matter. The funnel is just going to help you with that process of taking a piece of content or an audience member and ushering them down a process to getting them from an audience member to a customer. So that's what you need. It doesn't matter what business you're in. What does your process look like? What does your funnel look like? And if you don't have one, if you just have pretty content going out there all day long and people, you know, people are rah-rahing you and say, oh my God, that was awesome. Awesome. I needed that today. What are the other responses, right? Oh my God, I'm so using this. I'm reposting this. Are you taking out your credit card and buying from me? Because if not, it doesn't matter. So what does that look like, right? So Urban says here, isn't a website literally a basic funnel? No, it's not. I see tons of websites out there that do nothing for the business because they are not optimized to convert that visitor from a visitor to a customer.
Yep. I kind of see it more as a brochure.
Right. The brochure is very passive. A funnel is very direct. Here's what it is, and here's how you buy. Sign here, right?
One thing I'm finding is that doesn't even necessarily have to be the traditional view of the funnel, because you know I do a lot of testing with that through social media. If you look carefully, my social media posts go in a specific sequence to direct people toward the sale, and every so often I start it over. But I'm developing and refining that as I'm going on, because you know it works adjacent to a traditional funnel in that you are grabbing a new set of people, okay? And insofar as I'll go connect with 50 new people who work for marketing agencies, and then I'll start a sequence of social media posts that tie into the social media marketing agencies, so that those people, their first impression of me is, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's why I've got people from Ogilvy following me.
Yeah.
You know, and people like that, because and eventually those people will become allies or even potentially clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's so important. Nicholas Designz says here, Bobby Chu says, a website is like an island in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, if it's not optimized, it sure is.
Yep.
It sure is. So I just did a website audit this morning. It's going to get posted next week on my YouTube content. One of my Brand Accelerator clients reached out and said, hey, can you audit my site and give me some feedback here? And the content was great. The passion behind what it is that she does is great. The issue that I see is it's not optimized for her ideal audience. And that's something that we really need to pay close attention to. So you could tell on the website that there was like added sections just like thrown in because of some of the feedback she was getting, you know, in Facebook groups and things like that, right? But what happened was, I call it a Frankenstein design, because you started getting elbows and arms and things from all different places, and there was no structure. There was no real flow. There was no user experience there. And that's why the conversions are probably not going so well. It's probably why she's not resonating with the affluent mid 40s woman
Mhm.
because, you know, the logo looks on the site looks a bit teenagerish. Like she would actually be targeting a teenager. That's the way the logo was designed, right? Like the eye was like a lipstick, you know, thing. And like that,
Mhm.
you know, for a well-off 40-something woman, that's not going to resonate. Like they're going to want to see something much more posh and premium, and they're going to want to associate with that because I hate to say it, but people move in flocks. Seth Godin talks about this a
Mhm.
lot. Like, show me your audience and I'll show you how well you're doing, right?
Right.
So that's very, very important, is to really, one, look the part, know who you're talking to, and then second, how are you going to get them to become a customer? And so I can quickly just share with you how we do it here. And people thought I was crazy for charging for my time for an introductory consult. So it used to be $100 for 30 minutes. You paid $100, you get a spot on my calendar. I know you're going to show up because you paid $100. Not too many people are going to blow $100 like that. There was a few people that never showed, which was mind-boggling to me, but whatever, right? But what I did was the end of last year, I upped it to $200 for a 30-minute consultation. And believe it or not, I got more of those than I did the 97. Again, people thought I was nuts. People can go anywhere and get a free consultation. You're charging $200 for a half an hour of your time? Yeah, because one, I don't want to waste their time and I don't want to waste mine. There's got to be some kind of skin in the game. Otherwise, why show up? So now when the people put the 200 down, I've never had a no-show. And 60 to 80% of the people that book that consultation with me see the value in moving forward into the Brand Accelerator program. And that is a program that has been refined and has been doing great for the past year and a half. Tripled my business. It's the process.
Well, you know,
It's the
yeah.
process,
Okay.
but nobody has it.
Well, you and I, we have different strategies when it comes to that sort of thing. It's, you know, we've talked about that before, you know, and the long and short of it is that yours works, mine works,
Yeah.
and they're nothing alike. I mean,
know, and I love it.
if somebody says you want to pick, you know, can I pick your brain by a DM? I'm like, hell no, book a call. Let's talk about it for 30 minutes. Within the last 2 years, I haven't charged for a consultation. And I've had maybe one person ghost, and I have about 75% either right now or within the next 2 months. And the thing is, guys, is that both of these systems work. His works for him, mine works for me. You got to find out what works for you, and you know it's there's not just one way to do it. And
Listen,
we've both proven
right.
that.
You're absolutely right, and I love what you said. You have to find what's right for you and what feels right to you, and it takes time. It takes time. We got some great Anx Patels on Facebook. What's going on, buddy? Kyle Dietz is in the house. Dion's in the house. But we have some cool people on Instagram as well I want to shout out. So Nicholas Design says, you know, how do we position ourselves in a country that is used to paying a bare minimum for things? Like what they're saying is, you know, if we charge for consultation, we would get no work, or would we? So I've asked dozens of my Brand Accelerator clients after they have been part of the program, what made you pay the $200 to have that conversation with me?
Right.
And here's what they said. Because you had a price tag on your initial consult, I felt that it was more premium or more valuable than booking a call with somebody for free. That's powerful feedback.
Okay. Yeah.
Powerful feedback.
It is. It
So,
is.
you know, and again, Lee will tell you all day long. He's like killing it on LinkedIn, and he's just jumping on these calls with these folks, and eventually some of them are coming through, some of them aren't, and he's doing it for free. So both work, but
Yeah.
it's up to you. How do you want to be postured? How do you want to be positioned?
Yeah. I think a lot of it has a little bit to do with the audience too. Okay, I can understand why somebody would charge. My audience is a little more, they're mostly women in the metaphysical business. They're kind of in the metaphysical coaching arena, and they go on feeling. Everyone who comes into my Zoom when they buy, and that's why I have such a high close rate. I don't do anything. They just come on and say, look, I just had a feeling you were the right person to work with.
Yep.
Totally different audience.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with it.
So that's another great point that you make, Lee. Understanding your audience. You hear me talk about it all day long. Understanding your audience. My audience, and not to say that yours doesn't, so you have some high profile clients too.
Mm-hmm.
Point I'm saying is this: my clients, and I know this for a fact, value their time more than their money.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying to get their time back, and I'm very aware of that.
Yes.
So what I can do in 30 minutes would take them 30 days. So
that's
that
true.
I just can't give away.
That's true. You're giving them their time. I'm giving my audience their voice. And
Bingo.
that takes me a hell of a lot longer than 30 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you're absolutely. So Kyle Dietz says, literally first live I sat in and really listened. Piqued my interest. Well said. That's exactly what I do with my business. 20% organic, 80% automated on the back end, whether I do anything or not. I love it. That's awesome. So yeah, Kyle figured it out. He figured out, all right, now we can automate this once we figure out what's working. That's a topic for another day, but I just want everybody to understand how important it is to have the process, because I feel bad for the guy that reached out to me, because I got to tell you, I was telling Lee, his work makes my work look like Mickey Mouse. And I think we do some really kick-ass work. His content, solid, super powerful, but hurting in the revenue department because he doesn't know how to transfer the audience into customers. And this is what we're talking about here. And so this is where you start. I had Anx Patel ask me last night, I want to start creating content on a regular basis. I want to start creating that content to convert people into customers. Where do I begin? It really begins with researching who it is that you want to serve, and then creating content around those pains and challenges, and then funneling them to the trough. I don't know how else to explain it, but funneling them to their solution, which is either an introductory consult or a course or a downloadable PDF where you capture a lead, whatever the case may be. But you got to bring them somewhere. If you think they're coming on their own, you're going to be waiting for a really long time. I wanted to get back just to a couple questions here. I think they're valid questions. I want to find those high-profile clients, 12 years of experience in design, been lowballed for too long. I need to find my voice. Yeah, you're not. Listen, you don't have to live in Africa to have that issue. I've struggled with that. Probably, I'm in business 13 years. Probably the last 5, 6 have been really me finding my true voice and positioning and posturing myself correctly. Before that, I was doing design work for $30. Some of you guys may not even know this, but when I was struggling really bad, I was a Fiverr designer. I literally designed, I signed up as a designer on Fiverr, and I was taking jobs for $5 just to keep the work coming in and my lights on. And it sucked. It sucked. I got killed over there. And so I don't want that to happen to you. And what I really found out was the key was mindset, coaching, getting help from those that were a few miles down the road than I was, that had the experience that I was looking for. And I paid them a pretty penny. And it paid off in spades. Paid off in spades. So it starts with you. You got 12 years experience, Nicholas Designz? Well, let's see what that's all about. And know that you cannot be nickeled and dimed because you are not a commodity. There's only one of you. There's only one of you in this entire world. You cannot be duplicated. So here's my question for you guys. If you guys are struggling with this particular area of your business, you may get momentum behind you. You may start to build a following. You may be at a place where you're generating some revenue and you want to take it to the next level, or you're just stuck. You have a big audience. You're building your audience, but you don't know how to convert those people into paying customers. Well, here's the deal. I may be able to help you, but you have to have an existing business already. You have to be generating some money already in order to afford my services. So if I will tell you my process right now, go to Unique Designz with a Z at the end, not an S, .net /branding breakthrough. And you can hop on a call with me. It's a 30-minute introductory consultation. Sometimes it goes 40, 50 minutes. I don't mind. I'm not going to charge you extra for it. But this is the process that I help my clients through that gets them the results that they're looking for. It's Unique Designz with a Z at the end, not an S, .net /branding breakthrough. Book that call. Jump on. You're going to get me. You're not going to get a team member. You're going to get me on a Zoom call. And we're going to discover, and diagnose what your issues are. And we are going to find the right solutions for you. Period. So I hope you got some value out of this, guys. Facebook, Instagram. Really appreciate you guys joining me. Again, I usually do these with Lee on Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Eastern sometimes. And we just find the topics that are out there right now that you guys are struggling with, and we talk it out. And we try to get you some solutions right away. And if you want to go deeper, again, there's an investment involved, but here's what I've learned over the years. People that pay attention. People that pay attention. And when you have some skin in the game, you'd be surprised how far you push yourself to make that dream or that goal a reality. Have an amazing day, guys, and I will catch you on the next live. Last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, head over to YouTube right now. Just type in The Brand Doctor and hit subscribe. I'm trying to get that YouTube channel up to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you like this type of content, you're going to find a lot of that on my YouTube channel. So head over there and check that out. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, if you want to have a discussion one-on-one with me, head over to Unique Designz with a Z .net /branding breakthrough. And let's sit down and have a conversation and help you get to where you want to be. Have an amazing day, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.